The other day, I was at work and somebody like apologized for saying something that could be like interpreted as offensive to black people. And another one of my coworkers was like, "Oh, she's not black. He's a white man. But he's not he might not be white. But he's one of them to where I could say he's white and nobody would question it." So, and he told him like, "Oh, she's not black." I haven't been called. And then he was like, "What do you mean? Like she's an Oreo?" And I texted my best friend and I was like, I haven't heard that since the Drewski sound, the Drewski sound. I actually admire hearing that. I haven't heard that since middle school, and I really truly haven't heard that since middle school because I haven't really been called that in a while. I don't know if it's because I haven't been in the space to be called that, or if I just don't give that anymore. I really don't know. I feel like I do right now. Excuse my hair, please. It's a rainy day, and I don't have time to pull up everything right now. But yeah, it was really weird, and it like kind of took me out of myself for a second because it was like, whoa, like all of a sudden I'm the 12-year-old girl like begging to be accepted again, and it was just like I don't know. It was so weird. One of the first times I've heard like a non-black person say that to me about myself. That was really a bold move. Even if he was joking, like really what's funny because we're not friends. I literally don't talk to him. So, yeah, hopefully he doesn't see this. But even if he I really don't care if he sees this. I kind of do, but I really don't. 'Cause but anyway, so middle school hearing that, I feel like it like we really have to stop calling kids who are black kids who are expressive whitewash. Like that is so crippling to somebody who's like interested in self-expression in a non-conventional way. One of my passions coming up was ballet. I'm still super passionate about ballet. I don't get to do it as much just because the dynamics have changed. High school you're able to have a lot more extracurriculars and hobbies. And I want to get back into ballet, but it is an expensive hobby, first of all. But I do it when I can, and when I find a studio, I practice points still. So, you know, but I did get called whitewashed a lot for that being one of my main hobbies. Like literally, I vividly remember people asking me why I didn't play basketball or run track. I know I run track now, but that's not the point. That's not the point. Or why I didn't do step instead, or why I didn't do cheer or something. And it was just like, this is what I want to do, and this is what I'm talented at, first of all. Like, you have to really let kids express themselves, let people express themselves. It's so lame to call somebody whitewashed for self expression. I think one of the main reasons why I love ballet is because I was so free and so able to express myself through dance in ways that I really couldn't do through words, and it helped me get through so much in my life. So for that, like my outlet, my passion, my hobby, my biggest interest, my therapy to be called to get me insulted and called whitewashed was like so frustrating so often because it was the thing that I really loved most growing up. It's so sad to watch, like, and I remember me being a kid and being like, "Oh, well, I should stop doing this or I should stop speaking this way." I remember trying to teach myself like new lingo. I remember trying I guess everybody's a little guilty of that. But I remember trying to like hold back or yeah, I remember trying to hold back or like try to embrace hobbies that were not natural to me just because I felt like, oh, this will make me be accepted or this will make people stop calling me that. And in reality it's like, bro, be yourself. Like people are gonna call you something anyway. Because if you do embrace everything, if you fit the opposite stereotype of whitewash, all you're gonna get called is ghetto. Like let's be real, that's all you're gonna get called. After a while of getting called whitewashed, I feel like I started to try to embrace it, but like it really there's no benefit in embracing that. I feel like I started to go too far the other way. And the hobby that I had, like obviously it was pretty white dominated. And it was like not even that the company that I danced with was white dominated, but that just the world of ballet in general. And I guess the people I was around had like different standards and different norms than me. This got a little lost in translation, but I also started to look for acceptance in communities that I would never be a part of. Like I could never be fully accepted into because I was not a part of those communities. And that's where I started to look for acceptance because I felt so rejected at the time, or I felt like I was going to be rejected by the black community because of what I had been called by black and non-black people. And then yeah, like, and then you have all these boys running around being like, "Oh, black people hate me because I like anime." No, we don't, bro. Like, no, we don't. And it's people like you who call them whitewashed that's making them think that they can't even be accepted by their own community. When that's so far from the truth. Okay, because when I got older, ignore these pants. But when I got older, I started to hang around more people that looked like me, more people around my skin color. I moved out of that neighborhood, so I was just like around more people, and it's like you start to see that like not that I've only been around a monolith of black people, but you start to see like just how many different types of people that there are in the world, especially when you hear from non-black people or people who are fighting themselves to be accepted by whatever community they're in, that you don't belong in yours, or like it messes with your head so bad. Then you go back to your community and realize like, oh, they really freak with me. Like this is not so bad. Like, okay, so around the time of the whole hot Cheeto girl phase, I was like facing really hard whitewashed allegations. And I remember like all the stuff that I had like kind of been building up the courage to do. Like, and it's really sad when I think back on it because it's like some of the stuff was like wear my hair in a slick back bun instead of like year old box. Okay, year old is dragging it, but instead of year old box braids, or like wear big jewelry, or like I don't know, like really simple things I was so afraid to do because I was like, oh, they're gonna call me ghetto, or they're gonna say this about me, they're gonna say this about me. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll just choose to get called whitewash. And it just made me like both of those versions of me were just not true to myself. You know what I mean? Like I just became what I was becoming something to avoid what people are gonna say about me. And now I've moved past that. I really don't care what people say about me anymore. But it was just like I would have loved to seen, because I am such a creative person, and I think I was a lot more creative when I was younger, and I would have loved to seen like all the stuff that I would have came up with. And I've always tried to express myself through fashion, and I would have loved to know like how differently I would have dressed and all these different types of things about myself if I wasn't so worried about what everybody else is going to say about me. You can't let people stop you because of their preconceived notions about blackness. Okay, I went to school in the suburbs, but I didn't necessarily grow up in the suburbs. And I mean, I live in a pretty decent neighborhood now, but yeah, growing up, it wasn't always like that. And I feel like now I hear a lot of non-black people call people whitewashed or say that they're closer to blackness because they've grown up in worse neighborhoods or because they've been through poverty. And it's like, I don't know if you guys know, but like poverty and struggle does actually not equate to blackness. That's actually not what it is like all about. Like that's really so insulting to like deflate blackness or like bring the whole definition of being black to economic status. Are you crazy? What? So like all the debutantes, the Southern Belles, the HBCU goers, oh, they're not black. They never been through, because they don't live in the projects. Like, come on, bro. Okay, the projects is crazy. But hey, we all lived in the projects before. There's no shame in living in the projects. I'm no shade to the projects. But what I'm trying to say is, for non-black people, your perception of a black person not fitting what you perceive black people as does not make them whitewashed. Like that's such a ridiculous thing to say, and it's really exhausting to hear. So for you to like assume my entire past and be like, and even if you did know my past, it's like deciding on whether or not that brings me closer to being black or not is really ridiculous, and it just shows that your idea of black people is just poverty. Like, and that's insane. I guess that's all I really have to say about this. I'm a little sick, excuse the sniffles, excuse the rain, the left out leave out. Like I'm probably giving away watching this video. But no, I'm just kidding. I would never say that about myself. But I guess what I have to say is, if in the Big 25 you call somebody whitewash, you're really lame for real. You're really so corny for that, especially if it's just for the way that they express themselves and not because they put down other people of color. I was talking about black people, so other black people. But yeah, I just want you to know that you're really lame. That's yeah, really like from the bottom of my heart. I mean that you are lame as freak. Forgot to say like the video, but like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more, and comment if you have thoughts. Instagram is underscore dot Angelina Brown.